Ever find yourself scrolling through Instagram, captivated by those impossibly perfect travel photos? Someone lounging in a hammock in Bali, taking a dip in the crystal clear waters of Greece, or weaving through the colorful chaos of a Moroccan market, and wonder, how do they actually make that happen? Isn't traveling the world just a fantasy unless you're loaded? Here's the truth. Seeing the world doesn't have to break the bank. In fact, 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most affordable years for global adventures in recent memory. The world is opening up, and with a little planning, you can immerse yourself in cultures and landscapes you've only dreamed about, all on a surprisingly modest budget. Believe it or not, in these 10 incredible countries, $30 a day isn't just enough for the basics. It can cover comfortable accommodation, delicious meals, and even some unforgettable adventures. And trust me, when you get to number 7 on the list, you'll realize just how much your money can buy in places you may have never considered. It might just inspire you to rethink everything you thought you knew about affordable travel. So, whether you're a seasoned explorer or planning your first big trip, this guide is your ticket to experiencing the world's beauty and diversity without draining your bank account. Let's dive in and see how far your wanderlust and your wallet can really take you. 1. Vietnam, Southeast Asia's budget paradise. Vietnam isn't just affordable, it's vibrantly alive. A sensory feast that sweeps you up from the moment you arrive. For the price of a single dollar, you can savor a steaming bowl of phao on a bustling street corner, the fragrant broth swirling with fresh herbs and tender noodles. With just $10 more, you'll find a clean, comfortable guest house tucked into the heart of Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, where the city's energy hums just outside your window. Everywhere you go, Vietnam's cities thrum with life. Motorbikes zoom past in a blur, weaving expertly between colonial-era French architecture and modern cafes. In Hoi An, the ancient town is transformed at night as colorful lanterns dangle from every storefront and shimmer on the Thu Bon River's surface, creating a dreamlike atmosphere. Street vendors line the sidewalks, serving up crispy banh mi, translucent spring rolls, and sweet, sticky desserts, all for spare change. The country's natural beauty is just as accessible. Board a boat in Ha Long Bay and drift between dramatic limestone islands rising from emerald waters, or trek through the misty green rice terraces of Sapa, where the air is cool and the views are endless. Vietnam proves you don't need deep pockets to embark on an unforgettable journey. Here, adventure is simple, authentic, and full of surprises, an experience that lingers long after you've left, beckoning you to return. 2. Albania, Europe's hidden gem. Albania is truly an underrated destination, quietly tucked between Greece and Montenegro, and it deserves far more attention than it gets. Imagine a place where rugged mountains meet the sparkling Adriatic and Ionian seas, where ancient history is woven into the fabric of everyday life, and yet you can still explore it all without breaking the bank. In Albania, you can bask on sun-drenched beaches that rival those of Croatia, crystal clear waters, soft sand, and stunning sunsets, yet you'll rarely pay more than $40 a day for everything, from accommodation to meals and transportation. Wander through the city of Berat, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you'll feel like you've stepped into a storybook. The hillside is covered with rows of white Ottoman houses, their windows glinting in the sunlight. Narrow cobblestone streets wind their way between centuries-old buildings, and there's a gentle, unhurried rhythm to life here that's hard to find in Europe's more touristy spots. You can spend hours sipping strong coffee in a shaded courtyard or climbing up to the ancient castle for panoramic views that stretch across the valley. Head down to the southern coast and you'll discover Ksamil, a small town with beaches that could easily be mistaken for the Caribbean. The water here is a striking shade of turquoise, and even in the height of summer, you can often find a quiet spot all to yourself. Beach bars serve up fresh seafood at prices that seem too good to be true, and the guest houses, run by welcoming local families, offer a warm sense of home. Public transportation is impressively cheap, making it easy to hop between towns and explore hidden coves or mountain villages without worrying about your budget. But what truly sets Albania apart is its people. There's an extraordinary sense of hospitality that goes beyond typical friendliness. Albanians take pride in making visitors feel like family, whether it's offering you homemade byrek straight from the oven, pouring you a glass of potent raki, or sharing stories about the country's fascinating past. Albania may not be the biggest country on the map, but it's overflowing with character, natural beauty, and history. Whether you're a beach lover, a history buff, or simply searching for somewhere off the beaten path, Albania delivers an authentic experience that's increasingly rare in Europe. If you're looking for adventure, connection, and incredible value, Albania is a destination that shouldn't be missed. 3. Indonesia, beyond Bali, beneath your budget. Indonesia is a treasure trove of adventure, culture, and natural beauty, and it's so much more than just the famous island of Bali. Imagine exploring a nation made up of over 17,000 islands, each with its own unique flavors, landscapes, and traditions, all without draining your savings. For just $30 a day, you can experience an incredible range of activities. Watch the sunrise, paint the sky over ancient volcanoes, surf world-class waves along pristine coastlines, and feast on delicious street food like nasi goreng for less than the price of a cup of coffee back home. Begin your journey in Yogyakarta, the beating heart of Java's cultural scene. Wake up before dawn and make your way to Borobudur, the world's largest Buddhist temple, as it emerges from the morning mist, a sight that will stay with you long after you've left. Wander through the city's bustling markets, where artisans craft intricate batik fabrics, and the scent of spicy sambal fills the air. Don't miss a stroll down Malioboro Street, where local life unfolds in a vibrant tapestry of food stalls, street performers, and friendly chatter. When you're ready for a change of scenery, hop on a budget-friendly domestic flight or ferry to Lombok or the Gili Islands. Here, the pace of life slows to the rhythm of the waves. Picture yourself on a white sand beach with turquoise water stretching to the horizon, coconut palms swaying overhead, and the gentle hum of scooter engines in the distance. Snorkel with sea turtles in crystal-clear lagoons, trek to hidden waterfalls deep in the jungle, or simply lounge in a hammock with a fresh coconut in hand. The best part? Getting around is easy and affordable, making island hopping a breeze for any traveler. Skip the high-end resorts and book a stay at a local homestay for an authentic, immersive experience. You'll be welcomed like family, treated to home-cooked Indonesian meals, and invited to share in local traditions and celebrations. In the evenings, listen for the enchanting sounds of gamelan music drifting through the warm air, its metallic melody both soothing and mysterious, a true soundtrack to island life. To truly make the most of Indonesia's magic, steer clear of the crowded tourist hotspots and seek out the lesser-known gems. Venture to sleepy fishing villages, vibrant night markets, and lush rice terraces far from the main drag. Not only will your money go further, but you'll also discover the warm hospitality and genuine spirit that make Indonesia unforgettable. In the end, embracing the local way of life will reward you with a richer adventure and memories you'll cherish long after your journey ends. 4. Mexico, a feast for the senses. Mexico is more than just a travel destination. It's an experience that immerses you from the moment you arrive, captivating every sense. The country pulses with energy, where vibrant colors paint every street, music drifts through the air at all hours, and the aroma of sizzling street food lures you around every corner. Best of all, you don't need deep pockets to soak up everything Mexico has to offer. Street tacos cost mere coins, comfortable hostels are easy to find for under $20 a night, and the memories you collect from wandering ancient ruins or bustling mercados are priceless. Start your journey in Oaxaca, where streets are adorned with murals and art, and the local markets overflow with handicrafts and the scent of fresh chocolate. Here, culture thrives not only in museums or galleries, but in daily life. Watch craftsmen at work or lose yourself in a spontaneous parade. Venture further to the Yucatan, where the cenotes, those impossibly blue, crystal-clear natural pools, offer a refreshing dip and a sense of awe. These hidden gems are often surrounded by jungle, making every swim feel like a secret adventure. Mexico's rich history is ever present. Mayan ruins tower above the forest canopy, their stone walls whispering stories from centuries past. In colonial towns like San Miguel de Allende or Mérida, every plaza buzzes with life as mariachis play, families gather, and vendors sell everything from hand-woven textiles to fresh churros. The blend of indigenous and Spanish influences creates a unique cultural tapestry that you'll find nowhere else. Food is truly the soul of Mexico. Every meal is a celebration, whether you're biting into a crispy tlayuda on a busy corner, savoring a complex chocolatey mole, or enjoying smoky al pastor shaved fresh from the spit. Even the humblest market stall serves dishes bursting with flavor, and the prices are so low, you'll wonder if you're being undercharged. Sampling regional specialties in each city, fresh seafood on the coast, slow-cooked barbacoa in Hidalgo, or sweet-spiced atole in the mountains, offers an edible map of the country's astounding diversity. Traveling through Mexico is surprisingly convenient and affordable. A network of intercity buses connects even remote villages, while budget airlines make it easy to hop between regions. This means you can see Mayan pyramids, colonial cathedrals, and Pacific beaches all in the same trip without worrying about blowing your budget. To truly connect with Mexico, learning a few Spanish phrases goes a long way. Locals appreciate the effort and often respond with warmth and hospitality, sometimes inviting you to family gatherings or sharing hidden gems. The more you interact, the more the country opens up. Generosity and friendliness are woven deeply into the culture. If you want your money to stretch even further, consider venturing away from the popular coastal resorts. Head inland to discover cities like Puebla, with its ornate architecture and world-famous cuisine, or Guanajuato, where winding alleyways lead to secret plazas and stunning hillside views. These destinations offer a sense of luxury and history without the high price tags found in tourist hotspots, allowing you to travel in style while keeping your expenses low. Ultimately, Mexico offers an abundance of rich experiences, whether you're a foodie, a history buff, or an adventurer seeking natural wonders. It's a place where every day brings new sights, sounds, and flavors, ensuring you'll leave with your senses and your heart full. Mexico isn't just cheap, it's priceless. 5. Georgia, the generous heart of the Caucasus. As dusk settles over Tbilisi, the city transforms into a glowing tapestry of light and history. Golden church domes glimmer alongside sleek, futuristic bridges, their reflections shimmering on the river, all framed by rolling hills that seem to cradle the city in a gentle embrace. The best part? Experiencing this enchanting scene costs as little as $25 a day, making Georgia an absolute treasure for travelers seeking both adventure and affordability. Georgia is a land where contrasts blend seamlessly. Snow-capped mountain ranges like the Caucasus loom over lush valleys dotted with ancient stone monasteries, their bells echoing through the quiet. Throughout it all, a spirit of generosity pulses in every village and city. Hospitality isn't just a tradition here, it's a way of life, a proud inheritance passed down through generations. Food is the soul of Georgia, and every meal is an invitation to connect. For just a few dollars, you'll find yourself tearing into a bubbling, cheese-filled khachapuri, its crust crispy and golden, or savoring juicy kinkali dumplings, pinched expertly by hand. The flavors are bold and comforting, and the wine, often homemade and poured straight from clay jugs, carries the legacy of 8,000-year-old vineyards. Georgia's wine culture is so central that even in the smallest countryside homes, you'll find a family with a few rows of vines, eager to share their latest vintage. Step outside Tbilisi, and the sense of welcome grows even stronger. In the dramatic Kazbegi Mountains, where clouds swirl around the ancient Gergeti Trinity Church, or among the sunlit vineyards of Kakheti, locals greet visitors with open arms. It's common to be invited in for a meal or a cup of strong, earthy coffee, often accompanied by stories of the land and its history. Within moments, strangers become friends, and friends become family. The Georgian Supra is the ultimate expression of this hospitality, a sprawling, joyful feast that can last for hours. Tables groan under plates of fresh herbs, pickled vegetables, grilled meats, and endless rounds of wine. The Tamada, or Toastmaster, leads the gathering with heartfelt toasts to love, friendship, peace, and memory, each speech growing more poetic as the night goes on. Laughter rings out, music fills the air, and you quickly realize that in Georgia, every meal is a celebration of life itself. Traveling within Georgia is effortless and inexpensive. Marshrutkas, those lively minibuses, zip between cities for just a few dollars, filled with chatter and laughter. The Tbilisi metro, adorned with Soviet-era mosaics, costs pocket change but whisks you across the city in minutes. Accommodations, from charming family-run guest houses to stylish boutique hotels, offer comfort, character, and a genuine sense of belonging. Even upscale restaurants are accessible, so you can indulge without worry. But what truly sets Georgia apart is the warmth that envelops you. Here, hospitality is not a performance but a heartfelt gesture. Whether you're wandering through a bustling capital square, hiking mountain trails, or sharing wine in a vineyard at sunset, there's a sense that you're more than a visitor. You're home. Georgia doesn't just open its doors, it opens its heart, inviting you to experience not just a place, but a way of life. 6. Morocco, where luxury meets affordability. Step into Morocco, and you'll feel as if you've entered an entirely different world, a vibrant tapestry of colors, scents, and sounds that seem lifted from the pages of a storybook. The air carries hints of saffron, cumin, and sweet oranges as you wander through labyrinthine souks bustling with life. Sunlight dances off intricate mosaics in quiet courtyards, and the call to prayer weaves through the city's ancient walls, reminding you of the country's deep spiritual roots. What makes Morocco especially magical is how accessible it is, even for travelers on a modest budget. For around $25 a day, you can immerse yourself in unforgettable experiences without skimping on comfort. Stay in a traditional riad where every corner is adorned with carved wood and patterned tiles, and where the hospitality is as rich as the surroundings. For a fraction of the price you'd pay elsewhere, you'll be treated to serene gardens, rooftop terraces with sprawling city views, and breakfasts that blend sweet dates, honey, and flaky mesoumen bread. Adventure is always close at hand. Get wonderfully lost in the mesmerizing blue alleys of Chef Chaouan, where every twist leads to a new photo opportunity and friendly greetings from locals. In Marrakesh, sip mint tea in a shaded courtyard as the city's minarets glow gold at sunset. If you crave nature, ride camels into the Saharan dunes, where nights are filled with drumming around campfires and endless stars overhead, an experience that feels both luxurious and timeless. Food here is more than sustenance. It's an exploration of flavor and tradition. Tuck into a bubbling tagine of slow-cooked lamb and apricots, savor street-side brochettes, or snack on freshly baked cobs bread. Each meal is a celebration that rarely stretches your wallet. Haggling at the market is more than a transaction. It's a cultural ritual. Approach each bargain with good humor and curiosity, and you'll find locals eager to share stories and laughter. Dressing modestly and showing respect for customs opens doors to genuine connections, allowing you to see Morocco through the eyes of those who call it home. Every moment in Morocco is a feast for the senses, the rhythmic beat of drums echoing across desert sands, the swirl of voices and laughter in the Medina as lanterns flicker to life, the cool touch of mosaic fountains on a warm afternoon. What truly sets Morocco apart is how it offers a richness of experience that far exceeds its price tag. Here, luxury isn't defined by cost, but by the depth of culture, the warmth of its people, and the memories you'll carry long after your journey ends. In Morocco, even the simplest adventures feel truly extraordinary. 7. Colombia. Color, coffee, and Caribbean soul. Colombia is a country that pulses with vibrancy, where every sense is awakened by its sheer energy and diversity. From the moment you arrive, you're swept up in a kaleidoscope of sights and sounds, whether it's the lively chatter in the plazas, the lush green peaks that frame the cities, or the brilliant murals that adorn the streets. Life here moves to its own beat, and the sheer affordability makes it all the more inviting. With just $30 a day, you can not only get by but actually thrive, enjoying flavorful meals, exploring new neighborhoods, and immersing yourself in local traditions without constantly checking your wallet. In Medellin, dubbed the City of Eternal Spring, mornings start with the aroma of fresh araba wafting from street stalls, and for just $1 you can indulge in this local staple. The city's innovative cable car system offers more than just transit. It's a chance to soar above patchwork neighborhoods and glimpse the city's transformation from above, a testament to Colombia's resilience and hope. Down in Cartagena, the old walled city is a sensory feast. Colonial facades gleam in pastel shades, horse-drawn carriages clatter over cobblestones, and at sunset, the sky turns a fiery orange over the Caribbean. The sound of salsa isn't just background music here, it's an invitation, echoing from open doorways and drawing locals and visitors alike into spontaneous street dances. You'll quickly find that a simple stroll can lead to a night of laughter and movement with newfound friends. For those who crave a deeper connection to Colombia's roots, the small town of Salento is a pilgrimage site for coffee lovers. Here, lush hillsides are blanketed with coffee bushes, and family-run fincas offer tours for just a few dollars. You'll walk the fields, learn the time-honored process, and sip brews so pure and rich that they redefine your idea of coffee. The experience isn't just about the drink, it's about the people who pour their hearts into every cup, eager to share their stories and traditions. Travel around the country is easy and accessible, thanks to a network of affordable buses and budget flights that make it possible to jump from the Caribbean's turquoise shores to Andean mountaintops or even the emerald depths of the Amazon rainforest. Each region has its own flavor, its own rhythm, but the common thread is the warmth of the Colombian people. Whether you're chatting with a fruit vendor in Bogota or joining a family for a home-cooked meal in a mountain village, you're welcomed as if you've always belonged. What truly sets Colombia apart is not just its breathtaking landscapes or lively cities, but its spirit. There's a contagious optimism here, a sense that joy is found in the everyday, and that strangers are simply friends you haven't met yet. The memories you make in Colombia linger long after you leave, and for many, the rhythm of this remarkable country becomes a melody they carry with them, calling them back again and again. 8. Nepal, adventure for every budget. Nepal proves that you don't need a hefty bank account to experience a true sense of awe. With just $20 a day, you can find yourself trekking among the world's highest peaks, savoring endless plates of comforting dal bhat, and drifting off to sleep beneath a sky so thick with stars, it feels like you could reach out and touch them. The country is a magnet for adventurers, spiritual seekers, and anyone chasing that feeling of discovery without breaking the bank. As you wander through Kathmandu, the city envelopes you in an intoxicating mix of sights, scents, and sounds. The labyrinthine streets pulse with life. Temples and shrines dot every corner, wrapped in coils of incense and smoke and bursts of color from prayer flags and marigolds. The hum of daily rituals, the clang of bicycle bells, and the occasional laughter from street vendors create a backdrop that's both chaotic and deeply inviting. Despite the bustle, you'll find pockets of calm in hidden courtyards and serene monasteries. After the intensity of the capital, the lakeside town of Pokhara feels like a deep breath. The reflection of the Annapurna Range ripples across Phua Lake, and the pace slows to match the laid-back attitudes of locals and travelers alike. Here, you can rent a rowboat for a few dollars or simply watch paragliders float down from the nearby hills as you sip sweet, milky tea. The trekking lodges, known locally as tea houses, are a testament to Nepal's legendary hospitality. For less than $10 a night, you'll get a basic yet cozy bed, hearty home-cooked meals, and the kind of mountain views that make you forget about your phone for hours. Nepal's spiritual energy is woven into daily life. Buddhist chants echo softly through mountain valleys at dawn, and prayer wheels spin in the hands of passers-by, sending wishes into the wind. The landscape itself feels sacred, with ancient stupas perched atop hills and Buddhist and Hindu traditions intertwining seamlessly. Even the air feels different, crisper, cleaner, carrying the scent of pine and possibility. Timing your visit can make all the difference. Spring and autumn bring clear skies, vibrant festivals, and milder weather ideal for trekking, with fewer crowds and better deals on accommodation. Whether you choose a challenging multi-day trek to Everest Base Camp or a gentle hike through terraced villages, Nepal offers paths for every fitness level and budget. In Nepal, each step is more than just movement. It's a passage into a slower, more mindful way of being. The simplicity of life in the mountains, the kindness of strangers, and the raw beauty of the landscape invite you to reconnect with yourself and the world around you. Here, adventure isn't measured by how much you spend, but by how deeply you experience the journey. 9. Portugal, Western Europe's budget star. Portugal has a way of quietly captivating you. At first glance, it's simply charming. Those winding cobblestone lanes, pastel-hued buildings framed by bursts of bougainvillea, and sunsets that paint the Atlantic in golden rose. But what really sets it apart is how affordable everything feels. Unlike some of Western Europe's pricier destinations, Portugal lets you experience all the romance and history without draining your bank account. In Lisbon, you can hop aboard the iconic yellow trams for just a couple of euros, rattling past tiled facades and hilltop viewpoints that rival any postcard. The city buzzes with youthful energy, music drifting from open windows, street art splashed across alley walls, and open-air cafes where locals linger over coffee for hours. Despite its popularity, costs remain refreshingly reasonable. A strong espresso and a pastel de nata pastry rarely top $2, and you'll find inviting hostels or cozy guest houses for about $25 to $30 a night, even in central neighborhoods. Head north to Porto, and you'll find another world-class city that's easy on your wallet. The riverside is lined with wine cellars, and tasting a glass of rich, local port often costs less than $5. The old town's maze of streets leads to unexpected treasures, tiny taverns serving fresh sardines, panoramic bridges arching over the Douro, and lively markets where you can snack on local cheeses and cured meats at a fraction of what you'd pay elsewhere in Europe. Even a sit-down seafood dinner with ocean-fresh clams or grilled octopus usually runs under $10, almost unheard of in the West. The magic of Portugal extends far beyond its cities. Take a train or bus, made even cheaper with a Viva Viagem card, to the wild Algarve coast, where dramatic cliffs drop into turquoise waters and hidden beaches beckon. or meander through the rolling vineyards of the Douro Valley, where you can tour historic wine estates and sample vintages in settings that seem untouched by time. In tiny fishing villages along the coast, life moves at a slower pace. Fishermen mend their nets by hand and families gather in sunlit plazas. Every corner of the country feels like a living postcard, and the scenery changes dramatically from region to region. Another bonus, language is rarely a barrier. English is widely spoken, especially in tourist areas, and locals are famously warm and helpful. It's the kind of place where you're greeted with a smile and genuine hospitality, whether you're ordering a coffee or asking for directions. If you're hoping to stretch your budget even further, consider traveling during the shoulder seasons of spring or autumn. Accommodation bargains are easier to find, the weather is still lovely, and the crowds thin out, giving you more space to soak in the atmosphere. With such a low cost of living, you can afford to linger, sampling everything from fresh pastries to local wines, and still have money left over for day trips and unique experiences. Portugal offers everything you could want from a European getaway: historic cities, stunning scenery, delicious food, and vibrant culture, without the premium price tag. It's a place where you can truly enjoy the good life, making memories that feel luxurious, even on a modest budget. 10. Philippines, island paradise for every pocket. When it comes to affordable paradises, the Philippines is in a league of its own. With more than 7,000 islands scattered across turquoise waters, this Southeast Asian gem delivers postcard-worthy scenery, endless adventure, and warm hospitality, without draining your bank account. You might think an island getaway means luxury resorts and hefty price tags, but the Philippines proves otherwise. Even budget travelers can live the dream here. Take Palawan, often ranked among the world's most beautiful islands, where you can wake up in a simple bamboo hut just steps from powdery white sand for as little as $15 a night. In Surfers Haven Siargao, laid-back guest houses and beach bungalows offer the ultimate escape, letting you fall asleep to the sound of the waves. If you're traveling with friends, splitting the cost of a family-run homestay or a rustic cottage can make your stay even cheaper. Island hopping is a must, and it's surprisingly accessible. For around $20, you'll join a local boat trip weaving through emerald lagoons, hidden coves, and vibrant coral reefs teeming with tropical fish. Many tours include stops at deserted islets where you can snorkel, swim, and picnic in complete tranquility. If you're an adventurer at heart, rent a kayak or paddleboard for a few bucks and discover secret beaches at your own pace. One of the true joys of traveling in the Philippines is the food. Simple, delicious, and incredibly affordable. Tuck into a plate of adobo, savor fresh grilled fish, or share a heaping bowl of pancit noodles, usually for less than $4 per meal. Street food stalls tempt with skewers of barbecue, sweet banana fritters, and balu for the brave, giving you a taste of local life for pocket change. And don't miss out on Halo Halo, the country's beloved shaved ice dessert, perfect for cooling off after a day in the sun. Perhaps the biggest treasure in the Philippines is its people. Filipinos have a knack for turning strangers into friends and making every visitor feel at home. It's not unusual for a quick hello to turn into an invitation to join a family feast, a beach bonfire, or a spontaneous karaoke session. Karaoke here is practically a national pastime. Travelers often say it's these moments of connection, not just the stunning landscapes, that make their trips unforgettable. If you plan your trip during the shoulder seasons, between major holidays, or outside the peak dry months, you'll not only save even more on accommodation and tours, but you might find you have entire stretches of beach to yourself. That means more space to soak up golden sunsets, listen to the gentle lapping of the waves, and let the world slow down for a while. Ultimately, the Philippines is proof that paradise is less about how much you spend and more about what you experience. It's the warmth of the locals, the beauty of a sky ablaze with color at dusk, the first bite of something new, and the thrill of discovering a secret cove with no footprints but your own. Here, simplicity is the real luxury, and every day brings a sense of wonder. That wraps up our guide to the 10 cheapest countries to visit in 2026. Who says epic adventures are reserved for those with deep pockets? With an open mind, a curious spirit, and maybe a little bit of courage, you can explore the world's hidden gems without breaking the bank. Whether you're sipping homemade wine in Georgia, trekking Himalayan trails in Nepal, or chasing pink sunsets in the Philippines, adventure isn't as far, or as expensive, as you might think. So, which destination tops your wish list for 2026? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel tips that bring the world closer. make it more accessible, and prove that unforgettable journeys are within reach for everyone.